Fineapples, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my very first cooking video and I'm honestly sweating. I feel like you guys are physically here with me, just watching me and judging me and seeing how good this is gonna be. Backstory, you guys already know if you've been following me, and if you haven't, I've never been the natural chef. Things have never come to me like that. I had zero interest in cooking, and then I don't know, something in me sparked when I started living with Glenn, and I'm like, okay, well, we can't always do takeout, so let me start cooking. I have oversalted a ton of meals. I have burnt a lot of meals. We've had lots of dry meals, and we've had lots of meals that we got last minute because the meal was so terrible. But still to this day, I have a lot of trial and error, and I still oversalt things. Sometimes things end up dry. I am definitely not perfect, but if I can learn certain dishes and teach you guys, I'll be really happy, because if I can do it, you for sure can do it. Now for the dish today, like I said, we're making sausage, biscuit, and gravy bake. It is amazing. It is super delicious. It is hearty, and it is great for a whole family. Now when I make it, I make a perfect amount for Glenn and I because it's just us two. So for this recipe, you're just gonna go ahead and double it. Let's get into the video. Sorry for the long intro. It's just my very first cooking video, and I'm like, we're doing this. Let's do it. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click that bell, and also like this video. That really helps my channel out, and I really appreciate it. So now let's get into all the items you need for this dish. Like I said, when I make this for Glenn and I, it is a perfect batch in this baking pan right here. But if you are doubling it for a family, I would definitely use an 11 by 8 pan. 5 eggs. Today I'm using the Pillsbury Grand Southern Homestyle biscuits. I don't know if the regular size biscuit can has 8 biscuits or 10. If anything, just get 2 of these so you make sure that you have 10. Then you're going to need some heavy whipping cream. I actually like adding this in with the eggs. It gives it a really nice fluff. And if you guys know IHOP, I love IHOP eggs, and it tastes just like IHOP whenever you add heavy whipping cream. Again, this is optional. I know some people like to add milk. Next up, you're going to take some classic pork links. Now you can also use maple. It is up to you on your flavor choice. Now I just use a small pack, like I said, for the smaller baking dish, but if you're making in the larger 11 by 8, get 2 of these, or you can also get one of those round sausage packs that's like a pound of sausage that's already grounded up, and you can cook that as well. And then you're just gonna take your cheese of choice. I usually use mild cheddar, or I'll do like the Mexican blend. So now you're probably wondering, what about the ingredients for the gravy? And to be very honest, 99% of the time I use a packet gravy. This one is Pioneer Country Sausage Flavor Gravy. There is another brand that I use, but it was already sold out in the stores. There's nothing wrong with using packaged gravy. It's honestly very fast. But don't worry, today I will be showing you also how to make a homemade country sausage gravy. It's very easy. If you are making homemade gravy and you are making this same exact measurement as me, you're going to need a second pack of sausages no matter what, because you need some of the goodness and the nooks and crannies of sausage, and this is perfect for one pan, but you do need some for gravy. So I do have a second pack on deck. And if you make your own homemade gravy, you're also going to need some flour. I love using some fresh cracked pepper, and you would also need some milk. So first thing I'm gonna do is preheat my oven to 350. And we're gonna get that going. Next up, we're gonna get our pan. We're going to set our heat, and we're going to have that at low medium. Now, while the pan is heating up, I like taking my sausage. I'm gonna start cutting it into little bite sizes, and this is gonna go within the bake. And I usually just make 4 cuts down the row. I'm gonna add a little bit of cooking spray. That's just some avocado oil. I'm going to bring that right into the pan and just start cooking those up. Usually if I just make the packet gravy, again, this is all the sausage I will be making. Make sure that they're cooked all the way around. I'm gonna go ahead and open my biscuits, and don't worry, I won't torture you and open this on camera, because I'm actually one of those people that get a little bit nervous whenever you open up a can. Let me know if you guys are like that down below. And then you're just gonna take your knife and you're gonna cut them all the way down the center. Cut this portion, and you're gonna cut that all the way down. Separate them, and just cut this other half down. So now you have all these little pieces. My pan, I'm just gonna spray it a little bit with some cooking spray. Now you're just gonna take the biscuit pieces and just spread them all around. Now you can set this aside. Those are almost done. And next we're just gonna start scrambling our eggs. I am doing 5 eggs today. Totally optional. I just add like a little splash like that, and that is it. It just gives some really nice fluff to the eggs. I don't take a whisk, I use a fork. That's how my mom taught me how to scramble eggs. Scrambling them around like that just to help fluff them up. Now for my eggs, you want to make sure that you do not salt them and you do not put pepper because you're going to get a lot of flavor from the sausage and also from the gravy later on. Okay, so my oven just beeped, so we're right on time. So I just use a paper plate. I'm not sure what method you guys use, but I'm going to use a paper towel. I'm going to place the sausage here. And I'm going to place it right here just to soak up some extra oil so that you don't have too much oil going into the bake. What I usually do to make sure that I get it all, I fold it, and then I just flip it because look at all that oil right there. So now while the oils are soaking up into the paper towel, you're going to take your eggs. I always just like to give them an extra little whip. You're going to place the eggs all throughout the bake. Now, I could probably use 6 eggs, I have done that, but it seems like 5 is perfect. And the reason why I say 5 is because I kind of like how some of the biscuit pieces are elevated because they get like a nice little crispy bake on the top. Not all of it obviously is lifted, but I just kind of like the look of it and the taste of it. So when I bake this, I cut it down and across so I have 4 pieces, and each piece kind of has like a nice little crust. Now this is a time when you're going to start adding some cheese. Again, add as much as you want. Take my sausage, make sure that it's spread out evenly. I'm just going to top with just a little bit more cheese. And there you go, you're going to put this in the oven at 350 and you're going to bake it for 20 to 25. I'm usually within the, what is that? I don't know what that is. I'm usually within like the 23 to 25 range. Again, just depends on your oven. And if you want it a little bit more crispy or golden brown, then you can always do that. Stick that in. Time it for 20 to 25. I usually do 20 and then I'll check on it just to make sure. And then I know if it needs a little bit more time, I'll do 3 to 5 more minutes. Oh my gosh, I got so distracted, I almost forgot to turn this off. Okay, so first thing we're gonna film is the non-homemade gravy. And again, I'm just using this packet. It is super simple. All I'm going to do is just put my pan on high. I'm going to pour 1.5 cups of water. It's usually always 2 cups of water. You'll see we'll use another half cup in a little. Okay, so now we have our boiling water. So now we're gonna move on to the next step. 1/2 cup of cold water, and that's what's stated on the envelope. Stick this in, whisk that all together. Pouring this little by little and start whisking away. And you don't pour it all at once. You go slowly, whisk, whisk, whisk. And it's starting to form our gravy. And there you go. Now you have very easy country sausage flavored gravy. And if you're a gravy lover like me, then you can just do 2 envelopes of this. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking 4 sausage. So I am missing 4 links. You can always add the other 4 links into the baking pan so your bake is a little bit more meaty, but I'm just gonna be using 4 for this one because you don't need a ton of sausage. I mean, you can put all the links in here if you wanted to, but I think it just might be a little bit too much meat. Again, it's all up to you. Basically, get this nice and cooked and a little bit more brown so we get a little bit of a crust on the pan. And we're gonna use the drippings of the sausage in order to make the gravy. Now when I'm cooking this, I'm just making it into smaller pieces. This is just so like there's smaller pieces distributed within the gravy. I think it just gives it an overall better texture and also flavor. So within the entire gravy, you just have like little bits of pieces of sausage. So now we have the sausage pretty much cooked and brown. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour. We're gonna sprinkle that all around. I kind of just sprinkle and then mix. Add all that. 2 cups of milk, and I'm gonna add this to the sausage. And now I'm gonna take my whisk and start whisking this. Oh, our bake is done. Perfect timing. Now with the sausage gravy, you're going to salt and pepper to taste. And for my personal preference, I just really liked cracked pepper in it and as opposed to just regular pepper. I don't know, it just gives it a little kick and more of like that country gravy taste. Just a little bit of salt, again to your tasting. You can always adjust it afterwards. Now let's see how our bake is doing. Oh wow, that looks amazing. And I'm gonna let it crisp up just a little bit more. Now let's get back to our gravy. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up. You just have to have patience and just keep stirring it. This is looking really good. The envelope I did make isn't my favorite brand. Like I said, it was sold out. It's definitely my second pick, but right now, this homemade one is smelling mighty good. I just don't always have regular milk on deck. I always have soy, so That's usually one of the main reasons why I don't make homemade gravy. And the best part of being a chef is taste testing. So I'm gonna give it a little taste and see if I need anything. Okay, I definitely need a little bit more salt and more fresh cracked pepper. Wow. That tastes amazing. Okay, I think I'm gonna make homemade from now on. I'm kind of glad that I decided to make homemade gravy today because honestly, I mean, I know this one's really fresh and this one has been sitting here, but just the appeal of it from this one to this one, I think this is definitely the winner and taste-wise. Now here's the final result. As you can see, the melted cheese, the biscuit, everything is nice and hot. It has a really nice crisp at the top. Cut this down the center. Cut this across. So here's a piece right here. Nice and fluffy. You have the biscuit, the cheese, the sausage. Nice and fluffy. I love the egg. It's nice and fluffy because of the heavy whipping cream. Pour on some of this nice homemade gravy and top it. One more spoonful because I love gravy. And there you go, the sausage and biscuit bake. Now it is the best part of the video, at least for myself. Sorry if that moan sounded really bad. I think I'm just gonna make homemade gravy from now on. All right, Fineapples, well that is it for today's video. Show your girl some love. Thumbs up my video if you guys enjoyed my very first cooking video. Definitely tag me in case you guys make this, DM me or anything. I'd love to feature you on my Instagram. Again, just double the recipe in case you are making a larger batch. I think the next one I might do is my garlic lemon cream sauce that I make that I put with chicken, and it's paired so good with some veggies and mashed potatoes. I have a lot of other dishes that I wanna show you, including quick snacks, some alcoholic beverages. Again, I have tons of ideas and I can't wait to show you guys, and I just feel so happy. And something I have to say, because I say it all the time and honestly it's such a habit, and if you guys watch my vlog channel you guys already know, bon appetit by Sweets. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah! Whoop! I know Glenn's so sad that he's not here right now.